Hello, my name is Kim Xian and my serial number is 23006. I will give a presentation on the topic of standard English. While reading what makes a language of ignoring other types of English just because it's not a standard language, even if there is no grammatical problem, I realized that the difference between standard English and non-standard English can be linked to racial problems in the US, and decided to introduce English in various regions and to introduce examples of standard, non-standard English linked to race problems. In the United States, the United Kingdom, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand speak English as their first languages. About 50 countries, including Ireland, Israel, Fiji, Nigeria, and the Philippines, use English as a mixed language. In fact, unlike Korea, which officially adopted the language used in Seoul as a standard language, in the case of English, it was not officially decided and left to the people freely. However, since many countries often mistakenly adopt the capitalist language, which is the center of the politics and administration, as a standard language, it's easy to misunderstand that the pronunciation of Washington in the US or London in the UK will be standard English. In the United States alone, there are various dialects. There are also big differences between English-speaking countries. There are even other words that have the same meaning as pronunciation. In the above video, people using English speak the same image as different words like Candice, switch, and lawless. As explained above, in the US, UK, Australia, and New Zealand, which speak English as their mother tongue, and including Ireland, where the common language one is Irish, but the common language English too is actually more English-speaking, 6 countries are called Anglosphere. However, except for the above 6 countries, there are many countries that use English as their official language. As shown next to it, since it's used in many different countries, it's actually difficult for English used in all of these regions to have the same construction, structure, grammar, and word composition. Why did the dialect come into being in Korea? In fact, this question was wrong because the dialect was not created based on the standard language, but because the Seoul language was formalized as a standard language for integrating language at the official paper and brand broad with different speeds and pronunciation in different regions. In addition, in the case of English, it's not officially decided what is standard English, so I concluded that the pronunciation speed and words of each region have become a universal language, and that the pronunciation of the US and Britain, which are relatively influential in non-English speaking countries, has come to people like standard English. While a US broadcaster was telling a story about a Korean girl group and copied the pronunciation of a part that said, "I'm so happy." In this regard, one person who appeared to be an officer said it seemed inappropriate, but rather as shown in the image above. She added, "If she were British, I would have copied British accent." However, as the broadcast spread on SNS afterward, there was a series of responses that it's an Asian hatred. However, English pronunciation in non-English speaking countries is not the only subject linked to racism. Korea has also been warned of comedy gag programs using the pronunciation of Chinese compatriots. What I think should be noted here is not whether or not legal action can be taken in such an ambiguous case, but that in necessary situations, one should have an attitude of respecting each other without mentioning and using linguistic aspects such as the pronunciation of a specific person. Thank you.